Hello my friends and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Well, I have here an article coming from Al Mayadeen. It's an Arab media outlet, and it says that America has always abandoned its friends. And this is per former Russian Federation President Dmitry Medvedev, who we got to know in a different way since the military operation started. So this is the title of the article. America has always abandoned its friends. Well, the topic of funding for Ukraine is becoming divisive in the US, according to Dmitry Medvedev. The US Congress will eventually stop providing such strong support for Kiev, according to Dmitry Medvedev, the deputy chairman of the Russian Security Council, because, and I'm quoting Mr. Medvedev, America has always abandoned its friends, end quote. The sentiment among ordinary Americans will start to steadily turn towards reality, he said on Telegram. And I'm quoting, that effect will be building up until the Congress suspends the unreserved support of the nationalist regime in Ukraine. And I'm quoting, America has always abandoned its friends. This is what will happen this time as well, sooner or later. The topic of funding for Ukraine is becoming divisive in the US, according to the official. Well, I don't know, Medvedev, there's a lot of I'm not saying you're wrong, but it's just, I don't think it's just that the politicians or the sentiment, because you have the military-industrial complex, which I think that has a big influence on how the country is run internationally in foreign affairs. And he says here, he continues to say that according to Medvedev, congressmen are demanding sweeping checks on where the huge funds have gone and where the new tens of billions which have been requested by President Joe Biden's aptly called the Vice President of Ukraine by Capitol Hill will go. Well, if you ask only after 10 months of delivering, I don't know, $20 billion of military aid and what else, you know what I mean? Why didn't you ask this the first day? Why only after 10 months? So there's a problem. I mean, you're robbed 10 months, and after 10 months they say, okay, now enough. Let's see where the money goes. No, what about the 10 months? And I'm quoting, it was inevitable that these are the laws of politics. The Republicans, having become stronger after the elections, are making problems for the Democrats. Well, Mr. Medvedev, I think you got this a little bit wrong. Go and talk to your friend Putin, and he's going to explain how democracy works in the United States. Republicans and Democrats are, as I said, two biological twins, identical twins, with the same parents, which are the sponsors, the guys that help you get elected. So when you get elected, one identical twin grows a mustache and the other one doesn't. That's the only difference between the Republicans and the Democrats. So either way, the parents will be the same. You know, the campaign contributions and the people behind, because the military is not contributing. The military has the money. Who's contributing? Banks, energy companies. Okay, those are big interest, and the military and intelligence community has the guns and the capability to get you wherever they want, whenever they want. So go and talk to your boss, and I think you just say this because you're perfectly knowledgeable, you know about these things as well. But anyway, the need for illusions, she said, the Democrats are fighting back. There is no need for illusions. Big money for the militarization of the Ukrainian regime will continue to be allocated. That's part of the Russophobic consensus in the American political elites, Medvedev said. But he stressed that there will be increasingly hard to do. Well, I don't know if it's going to be because of the Republicans. It's just they will be affected somewhere, and that would be us. And once we are affected and the country goes down to economically goes bad, then people will maybe take 5 minutes from their games and their beer and their sex and drugs and whatever and go and protest or put pressure on these weasels that are supposed to represent them. So less less beer and games and bullshit, and be involved a little bit in what the fuck is going on with your country. How about that? Hey. In the interest of the defense industry, and I'm quoting, in the interest of Biden's family vanity that's been hurt in Ukraine, in the interest of plain crooks in America and around the world who make money on someone else's troubles, he said. So he's not an idiot, is he? Or you say, well, he's just talking bullshit. All right, well, there's always, where there's smoke, there's a fire. So how do we want to take it about the defense industry? It's, well, really, how do they make money? By making wars, all right? Now, in the interest of Biden family, is there anything over there to see? I don't know. Biden was hired by Burisma and others, right, or whatever, in Ukraine, with his expert knowledge of energy, right? Remember when Biden said that if that prosecutor, state prosecutor, is not fired, he is not going to give Ukraine money from our purse. Remember? And he got fired and he bragged. It's online. It's on YouTube. Biden said, yeah, I told if he's not going to fire the prosecutors who investigates Burisma, where my son is in a board of directors of something, then they're not going to get the money. What is that? You tell me. Go and watch that video. It's still available on YouTube. Kiev has lost the remnants of reality and frenziedly is demanding more and more sanctions on Russia and more Western monies for war as a result of realizing that the flow of aid may soon cease, according to Medvedev. Well, this guy is obviously he's on the other side of the fence, so he's going to say whatever is convenient to him. But if you read between the lines, setting aside, he's being a little bit upset about it, to put it mildly. He's making some good points, and the population and the countries will get sick of not supporting Zelensky. It's not about supporting Zelensky, because this is not about Zelensky or Ukraine. That's my assessment of it. I think it's about the Zimbabwe across the Atlantic and the Russians, the Russian country, economically, militarily, culturally, that doesn't follow orders. Culturally, traditionally, doesn't want to change his society and turn it into a cesspool of perversion. So therefore, must be bad people. I'm not saying they're great. Corruption? It is. Corruption? It is. Where isn't? In heaven. Anyway, so Ukraine is just the battlefield chosen by those guys to get these guys in. And they got him in. They tried in other places. They tried in Georgia before, remember, with Saakashvili. They tried that, but they were not ready, it seems like, or the Russians acted too fast, and everything was done in 48 hours. So that was too fast for these guys to show up and do anything. They had military advisors over there. They provided Saakashvili with weapons, but it seems like too early, and Russia acted too decisively then, and it was too far from the ability for these guys to intervene. That's what I think about it. And it was not only that, it was the Caucasus. Remember the Caucasus? The same, when he has the Chechen Wars 1 and 2. What was that all about? Who sponsored that? Who ignited it? Who was behind it? You don't believe me? There's lectures on YouTube, and not only on YouTube. Look at always look at the chronology of events. Get as much information. Then you're going to find out who started it, who initiated, what were the moves, who intervened, who reacted, and what was the outcome of all that. Anyway, if you just don't believe me and you don't believe other people, just believe Putin. I think he knows what he's talking. Yeah, he's got his KGB training. Yeah, who doesn't? But he talks about this clearly. He said in the Caucasus, American intelligence was over there. They were fomenting, they were organizing, they were doing things. Foreign agencies, he says. Do you believe him? You may not, but you can put put into the side and get other information. It is available. And Americans do not deny that. Why would they? There was a time when Russia had to be disintegrated even more than the Russian Federation. So anyway, I think he's right. I don't think the Americans and the economy, because there are big businesses, other big businesses that are hurt by this. So there's a war over there in the big business community as well, because they will say, hey, why is just these three branches or this interest taking advantage of the situation and we're hurt? We're hurt, but they're not. We got to change. So that's a war over there as well. It's not like they're all friends over there, because some people are hurt by this situation and some people are making a ton of money. And the ones that are hurt know exactly why they're hurt and who hurt them. And it's not Putin, it's the other guys. So anyway, the support will cease at one point. Pressure will be put, and Pentagon will say, okay, did we get enough? Yeah, we get enough. Okay, let's calm down a little bit. We still got the market now. So they will stop sending weapons to Ukraine and ordering weapons to supply their stocks, United States stocks. They have the market now in Europe, which is open market for them to sell them whatever, because they are scared of Russia. And they want newer weapons. So they will provide newer weapons. So they say, okay, stop with Ukraine, but they will turn their channel their production into Europe. And Europe will pay. Look at them, how many orders they made. Or countries that never made orders, or not never, they want to renew things. They send them to Ukraine or whatever they do, and they want new stuff. Or pass it over to Romania secondhand. Romania takes it because they're weasels. Anyway, that's how they respect themselves. No respect. If you don't respect yourself, how do you expect other people to respect you? Anyway, so they will have that. They will probably have less profit, but we'll have longer profit with this. The war will stop over there probably, because they cannot destroy Russia at this point. So they will say, okay, stop that, but we have the market. Now we got Sweden, and we got Switzerland, now we got Germany, of course. We got all this, Lithuania, we got Poland. Poland ordered 500 HIMARS. 500. And supposedly the Ukrainians did the job with 20, beat the Russian army with 20 HIMARS. But the Poles want 500. If you do the job with Russia, why do you need 500? You tell me. Because there probably were HIMARS before they sent the 20 for us to see, oh yeah, they sent them 20. Probably there were about 100 already there. Or probably they're lying to us and say that's actually that they did not change anything. But they were not the reason why the things changed over there militarily. Or that's a sales, how should I put it, campaign here. Look how great those are, buy them. And they're like, yeah, we want them, look how they're great. Well, yeah, maybe they are. Thank you very much for being with me again today. So they will not lose money. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.